sisters, and welcome to the House of Judah Fellowship.com.
Yeah. Yeah. Check it out. If you're feeling me, then holler at a brother.
We started out as a Christian home church, but we had our own fellowship here at home because being in a Christian church, we have so much history. We've been in Christian church all our lives, and we've been a part of several churches, been in leadership within a couple churches, so we was able to see both sides. So we know how things go, behind the scenes, and so we've seen a lot, experienced a lot, and we got to the point where we were like, you know what? There's more to this. There's more than what we're getting, what we're receiving, what we're learning. So we decided just to come home, and we're going to teach our children, teach our family from home, away from the politics, away from the foolishness, away from the hypocrisy. We're going to come home and train our children the best way we know how. And even then, still, we knew that there was something more that was missing. We did research and studied, found, learning how the early church started and things of that nature, how they worshiped, where they worshiped, and it was still more. It's like, what is missing, right? And so my wife brought home a video one afternoon, and she played it for me, and it was Brother Yasharahla, Hidden Identity of Blacks in the Bible. Awesome documentary. And I watched this documentary, and I was like, that's it. That's the one thing right there that I've been looking for. This is that missing piece. And I bore witness to what he was teaching right away. I knew right then that what we had was truth. And I took it to my family, my children. I didn't tell them anything. I just put it on and asked them, say, listen, watch this. Tell me what you think. And they as well bore witness right away. And we didn't know anything at that time. We realized at that moment, this changes everything. So much so that my wife asked me, she says, this is really true. What does that mean? What is this going to mean for us? And it meant a lot. It changed everything. So we had to go back to the drawing board. So we were like, just empty, right? We were starting all over. We had to approach this as though we didn't know anything. And so we were so enthused and so on fire when we realized that, hey, we are the people. We are Israel. And so we started immediately recognizing the Sabbath and recognizing and keeping the dietary laws. We put away the holidays and all this stuff. We stopped celebrating holidays. And every Friday evening, we'll watch videos all up until maybe well into the morning, like 1 o'clock sometimes. We'll be up watching one video after the next. History and Rome and the Catholic Church. We just learning all this information over into the Sabbath morning when we would get together at 10 every morning. And we would play one video after the next. We went through every Yasharahla video we could find. We went through it and we studied it. We went from Yasharahla to I believe we started following some of Kazawan videos. Most of those I would study independently. I wouldn't take them all to the family because some stuff my spirit would be okay with, other things I wouldn't. So I didn't share everything with the family. Same thing with IUIC. Some of the information I could flow with, some of it I didn't quite, get a good vibe with. Good brothers though, but I really just couldn't accept or embrace everything that they were teaching. Right? There were some things, but not all. And then we started following Watchman Yahoo. Followed them for a little while. Then found Gathering Christ Church. I kept seeing them in the search when I'm searching on YouTube for videos. I kept seeing them, but I was like, nah. And then one evening I watched the video and I just put it on one morning for my wife. She has a strong spirit of discernment, and so I tend to sometimes um, listen to her. You know, when she's saying, "Hey, listen, something is not right with that," I'm going to always listen to my wife because she's very, she's very strong in recognizing when something's off. So she didn't say anything. She watched the entire video, right? And so at that point, I knew, hey, all right, we're in a good place here. And so we started following Galvin of Christ Church, and we've been following them for about 3 years. In fact, I had the opportunity of actually meeting Elder Gabar over at the Atlanta location. What a great brother. What a great brother. But yeah, we will always be forever grateful to the Galvin of Christ Church for their diligence, for their commitment, and for their labor. Because without it, I don't know where we would be right now in our level of understanding here in this truth. And I tell you, over the past couple of years, we've grown by leaps and bounds. I'll always be grateful to you brothers over at the Galvin of Christ Church. Always. We still follow Galvin of Christ today, even though we have our own fellowship. We still follow them. And because listen, you can't be a lone ranger in this. And these guys are awesome teachers, and I believe I will always follow the Galvin of Christ Church. I believe and teach that increase comes when you bring your supply. That means everybody comes equipped with a gift. Everyone comes equipped with a strength and ability that they've been given by the Most High. And when everybody recognizes that, accepts it, and brings that to the table, we have an abundance of gifts, talents, and abilities that we all can grow and benefit from. So no, there's no one of us that has it all, right? But when we all bring it together, that's a powerful thing. And so Tazadak and I, we recognize that. We recognize that I have a gift, he has a gift that's separate from my gift. But when we bring the two together, everyone benefits. So we try not to duplicate one another. Why? Because we are powerful individually, but even more powerful together, right? So Tazadak, he specializes in the history. He specializes in the scriptural background. Breakdowns and things of that nature. Myself, I am more gifted in the practical living because of I've lived a very long time. So I've experienced a whole lot, and so I have the ability of looking at life differently from Tazadak. So I can bring across the practical living side of things, the wisdom, right? The wisdom that comes from the scriptures. How do we apply this to our lives? My gift is helping people to understand how to live while we're in this truth, right? So life goes on with or without our consent. Now we could have all the truth and knowledge and understanding that we want to have, right? But if we don't know how to live, what benefit is it? What is the benefit of having all the knowledge in the world, but you never know how to live? So that's my gift. My gift is helping people to take the scriptures and apply the wisdom to their lives so that their lives can be enriched, so that they can benefit from the richness of this truth and not just have knowledge with no understanding and no life, no fruit to show for it. Well, what I want is to see all those that are a part of the House of Judah Fellowship to fulfill their purpose, to understand that this work isn't just given to one man, but it's given to us all. And to understand that there's only so much that I can do. I am not a young man anymore, right? And so by me starting this work doesn't mean that I'm going to finish it. Right. So what my purpose and what my job is, what I want to see is that those that are growing in the truth now, that are being infected and affected by our work, step up into their call, step into their place, understand their purpose, understand their position, understand the mandate, that this truth must be spread to the four corners of the earth. to the Jews first and also to the Gentiles. To recognize that this work may have begun with me and may have begun with Tazadak, but it won't end with us. Chances are, by the time, this is all done, chances are we may still be here, but we don't know. Should the Most High tarry. This work, someone's going to have to finish this work. And so what I want is what the Most High wants, is for all of us to fulfill our purpose in this earth, to do our part. To do our part. Gathering Christ Church can only do so much. IUIC can only do so much. But we all have to come into the understanding of the truth, embrace that truth, find our place in this truth, and fulfill it. That's my desire.